So I know that many of you are probably wondering, at least at this point, depending on when you're watching this video, when is the actual Madden 25 Team Builder set to release? And for those of you that have early access to the game, obviously you can actually use, custom teams right now, but it's only the default ones that they've given us so far, right? That the developers have made. If you want access to the Madden 25 Team Builder, I have been told, I don't think that, so a lot of people have been telling me there's no official word yet, but I've been told by a rep that I've been in contact with, she's never steered me wrong so far, that it's August 15th. August 15th is the date that we are looking at, right? So basically, that is Thursday. That's this Thursday, like I said, depending on when you're watching this. But I wanted to show you guys early, since many of us have already used the College Football 25 Team Builder. We know the ins and outs. I mean, especially if you've seen my videos, you probably know the ins and outs of that. I want to show you, though, how to import this into Madden, how to import a custom team into Madden for those that don't know, right? Now, this is something that you already know how to do. By all means, I mean, you don't have to watch the rest of the video, but I do want to say, as I always say, man, I cannot tell you guys enough how much I appreciate you for all of the love and support recently. If you are new around here, man, I would love for you to continue to rock with me, man, because I got a lot more coming up, a lot more content. College Football 25, Madden 25, and 2K25, which I cannot wait for as well. But enough of me talking, man. If you're, like I said, if you're new, man, I would love for you to subscribe. And if you do learn something today, or if you just like the video, you're rocking with me, leave it a like because it helps so much. First thing we're going to do here is we're going to go under Creation Center, and you're going to see a few different options. We're actually going to go to the Download Center, and the first thing that you're going to see in the Download Center are teams. Now, of course, if we were going to, if we went to search, this is going to be the same as it is in College Football 25. It looks exactly the same, right? But there's nothing to really search yet. These are all the teams that are available for the most part. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and download one of these that I think is cool. Like, for instance, I took a look at a few of these. This Skyhawks design right here actually looks pretty fire. I'm not even going to lie. I actually like the way that this looks. It's got several different alternates. It's got home, away, Nightfall, Silverhawk, and Cloud Drift is just a crazy name. I love the name Cloud Drift. It doesn't look great because it's like, it's kind of all white. It'll probably look better on the field, to be honest, but I just love that name. So we're going to go ahead and download this. So once you hit download, it's going to download your file. Then it'll say download complete. Now, next step. All we are going to do, this is very simple, by the way. This is a very simple process. We are going to go to franchise. Now, I will say that so far, I haven't noticed anything in Play Now where you can actually use the, the Team Builder team, but, I don't know if that's going to change in the future because I know, we know that in College Football 25, you can use it, in Play Now. You can use your custom Team Builder teams, but I haven't seen that in Madden yet. So we're just going to go to create a new league, and the main thing here, just like I said in my other video for college football, you are going to have to do the Play Online if you want to use your Team Builder team. It's going to have to be a cloud franchise, right? So we're going to go to Play Online, solo or multiplayer, and then this is a cool feature that, I know many of you are aware of already. You can choose a current roster, or a previous week to start in, right? Obviously, right now, we only have, preseason week 1. But as the weeks progress in the real-life NFL, this will update. So we'll go with this one for now, and we'll just go with preseason week 1. And then it's going to ask us to choose this team that we want to start our franchise with. Obviously, the Jets are my favorite team. No chance I'm replacing them. And you know what? It's probably likely that none of these teams will be replaced. If anything, the NFL will expand. And you guys are right. But right now, we can't do an expansion. Not yet, at least. That's coming in the future. But we have to replace a team. So down in the left-hand corner, bottom left, you will see replace with Team Builder team. You can either hit square or I believe it's, what is it on Xbox? It's X on Xbox, right? So X on Xbox or square on PS5. You will replace with your Team Builder team. I've got 2 of them downloaded. Skyhawks is one. Mustangs is the other. Boom. I'm going to replace the Commanders, and we are going to actually keep the Commanders roster. Now, you could use the Team Builder roster, but as of right now, I'm not really sure what that Team Builder roster looks like. When they actually drop Team Builder, we will know a lot more. And obviously, it's going to be all fictional players, and it's going to be players that we'll be able to customize on the site itself. But for right now, I don't know that roster really well. All I can see is that it's about an 82 overall. But I'm going to keep the Commanders roster because they just got a really, really cool draft pick. And you boys know who I'm talking about. Yes, LSU's own quarterback, Jaden Daniels. So we're going to go ahead and keep their roster. And boom. So there we go. We've got our team. And now the cool thing about this, though, let's say if I wanted to replace another, you could replace all 32 teams with custom teams. So I have one other team, the Mustangs, downloaded. I will show you what that looks like. Let's just say hypothetically we wanted to replace. I hope nobody gets mad at me for for the, the teams that I choose here. But let's just say hypothetically we wanted to replace the Jaguars. This is, again, this is not like, don't hate me for this. But for this one, I'll choose to use the team builder roster, right? And then we will select the team that we want. And then boom. The first thing that you're going to get here is options, right? First, you can change your role, right? You could either be the coach or the owner, right? So with the coach, you get to sign, trade, and draft players, relocate the team, earn XP and staff points, and progress your players and staff. With the owner mode, they manage the financial aspects of the team, make stadium decisions, and still sign players, draft, and and trade, right? But you get a lot more with the owner. You get to rebuild the stadium and relocate. You get to set the prices for everything that you sell, concessions and all that, and get feedback from your advisors, all of that type of stuff. We'll go with coach for now, right? And we can either go with the active coach or we can create a coach. I'll show you what it looks like if you create a coach. Do we want a staff builder or a team builder, right? This backstory gives you the first talent in the head coach staff modification talent tree, which is really cool. This backstory for team builder gives you the first talent in the head coach player growth talent tree. So it really depends on what you're going for. I'm going to go with team builder, even though I know staff builder is very important, right? I'm going to go with team builder because I want to, I want to upgrade my players. So I'm just going to go in here and, add all of this, add our coach in. You can do your offensive styles. You can keep Dan Quinn's playbook, or you can use your own. You know what I mean? Just, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Under apparel, we've actually got, the polo is equipped right now, but you could go with a puffer jacket. You could go with this hoodie. You could go with this sweater, which is kind of cool. The quarter zip, also cool. But I love this zip up right here, man. This thing is actually kind of fire. It won't look like this, obviously, because we're not the Commanders, but, this is, I like this zip up, though. And, there we go. So, boom, we've customized them. And then we can go to his appearance, and actually, we've got a lot of different presets to choose from here. So I'll go with this preset that looks absolutely nothing like me, but actually kind of looks more like a younger version of my dad, if I'm being honest. So we'll go with that one. And physique, I'll give him, my exact physique. We'll go 6'1", and 176 is the last time I got weighed, which was like yesterday. So we're good. There we go. And, yeah, so we are good to go. That is our coach, right? We got Steve Reed ready to rock. Now, next thing, league settings. I know you guys are going to be interested in this, obviously. A lot of this, very, very similar to what it's been in previous years. Obviously, you can go and change your skill level, your game style, your kick meter style. I changed all this earlier. Like, I made it all Madden Sim, multimeter. I changed it to 10 minutes. Some of it will revert back. But yeah, accelerated clock. I put this to 18 earlier, but it reverted to 20. But either way, you can go through all of these settings. As you can see, play cooldown for the offense, limit defensive play cool. Now, all this means is, that it will, you have to call so many plays before calling the same play again. So let's say I call, PA scissors, right? And I set this to 5. I'll have to do 5 other unique plays before calling PA scissors again. All right, that's all that means. And then limit is, let's say I do PA scissors 10 times. It's not going to let me call that play anymore. And, same thing goes for the defense, right? Team settings, all of this is just what you want to control throughout your, your franchise. And then, auto progress players is self-explanatory. Do you want the CPU to automatically give you your progression for your players, for your staff? Do you want the tutorial pop-ups? I don't, but, I'll keep it on just in case there's new stuff because I'm sure there is, right? Now, this stuff right here, team setting overrides. When you're looking at this keep individual and all this, turn off and on, what this just means is that all of the other users that you invite to your league or have in your league will have the option to change these things, and now if you have it turned on, everybody in the league that's a user will have ball hawk turned on. If you have it off, everyone will have it off. If you keep individual, everyone will be able to choose individually what they want to do with these settings. That's all that means. Then commissioner settings, you got the trade deadline, trade types. If you enable all, that means that, you're permitting all different types of trades. Human is only humans, obviously. Disabled is no trades, and enabling all just means that the CPU and the users will be able to trade. Difficulty. I'm going to always have this on very hard, man. I am so glad they put this in the game. Salary cap on. Obviously, you can change all this however you want. Free agent, motivation, impact, determine how much motivations affect player signings. Raising the impact makes it easier to sign interested players and more difficult to sign with lower interest. This is something that I would put on very high as well. So I want it to be difficult, right? Maybe high, that way, even somebody that's interested would be a little bit more difficult. I don't want it to be too easy if they're like interested, you know what I mean? So I'll have to mess with this, and I'll give you guys better settings later, but I'm just showing you what you have here. Practice squad stealing, we all know what this is. If there's someone on a practice squad from another team, you can try to sign that player to your active roster. You can't take him and put him on your own practice squad, but you can put him on your active roster if you have a need for him. Relocation settings. You can either set this to users only, or you can let CPUs do it as well. If you have it to everyone, CPUs and users can do it. Or if you have it to just users, then you and anyone else you've invited, humans that you invited to your league, friends or whatever, can do it as well. You can disable it if you want to, but I usually just keep this to users only. Staff talent cost modifier. What this is basically going to determine for you is how quickly or slowly you get to each talent point, or each talent level, I should say, right? So if you have this, as you can see from the the text up in the top right there, if you have this set to slowest, it's going to take you 3 times as long. Slower 2 times, like double the time. Slow 1.5. Normal is just just the normal amount of time it would take, and fast is going to take you half the time. And obviously we know all about this stuff. Injury, is injuries that you get in the game. Practice injury is kind of cool because you can set this to on, and during the week your players can get injured during practice, which makes things very realistic. Pre-existing injury just means that if you have an active roster, an active NFL roster that you've loaded, basically any injuries that are in place in real life, anybody that is injured in real life will be injured in the game. Progressive fatigue, we all know what this is. Basically, over time, in the game and over the weeks of your franchise, your player's health could deteriorate based on his fatigue. Prospect storylines. This is something we all know about, but it's also been revamped this year. Basically, what this is that each, different prospect on your draft board will have his own storyline, and, it could move them up or down the board depending on what their storyline, how their storyline progresses. Draft presentation, I recommend keeping this on full, just because of the fact that they've added in so many different presentation, new features with the presentation this year for the NFL draft. Draft timer on, I'm going to get through this a lot quicker because I just realized I'm spending a lot of time on this, but a lot of this stuff is stuff that I will go over when I do the full franchise video. But fantasy draft, free agent negotiations, the league type, all this stuff, breakout scenarios. Basically, you have the options, so many different options now to customize your league to make it exactly the way you want it. So now once we have all of our league settings the way that we want them, we can just click start playing preseason week 1, and it's going to say importing TeamBuilder files. This is the exciting part because it is importing, at least starting on the 15th, it's importing all of the hard work that we've done in TeamBuilder. Fingers crossed that we do not have the bugs and glitches that we had. Wow, I would be playing the Jets week 1. All the bugs and glitches that we, had with the college football TeamBuilder. I am really, really hoping we don't. But I'm optimistic that we won't, considering the fact that they've had, some time at least, to iron things out with the CFB TeamBuilder. And now, just to show you, when we go under Manage Roster, you will see we can actually go NFL rosters. We're going to go straight to our roster, and boom, you can see we've got all of our guys right here in our roster. We are called the Horizon City Skyhawks. Let's go under QBs and take a look at Jaden Daniels, my boys. Here we go. He's got a hidden dev trait, and damn, doesn't he look good in them Skyhawks uniforms? Yeah, honestly, I don't mind these uniforms. The black and white is super clean. I think it looks good. And as you can see, just by looking across the league, if you go to the league tab here, you can see the Desert Wind Mustangs right there at Atlanta. So they are in the league as well. So, that's really cool. We've replaced the Jaguars. So while we're at it, let's take a look at this Mustangs, Desert Wind Mustangs roster. This is the actual TeamBuilder roster that it gave us. So the best player on the team is the quarterback. I don't know if this is random, right? I don't know. The ones that I've tried so far have given me this roster. But you can see we got this guy, Gregory Sanders. Awesome looking quarterback. We've got Patrick Watson. I like the way these guys look too. They look very, very realistic. Anthony Smith, Brent Torres, Edward Lewis. None of them, well, that guy, but I was going to say none of them look like unrealistic or like auto-generated, but that guy does. Derek Patterson, Henry Turner, Ronald Walker, Yeah, Bobby Dixon. Some of these guys look really, really good. Others look like previous versions of Madden. But, you know, like this guy right here, bro, like this looks like a real dude. Like Earl Robertson, really cool. Harold Perez. So, you know, like I said, man, this is going to give you the roster that is auto-generated through TeamBuilder. And we should have a lot of customization options, you know, when it comes to that roster once TeamBuilder drops. Let's take a look at what this looks like in game. I'll jump into a preseason game for you guys. That way you guys can see, you know, what these TeamBuilder teams will look like in a game in their stadium. And here we go. I'll show you guys the entire presentation and everything like that so you can see, of course, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and, you know, once you guys get your own TeamBuilder teams, man, I cannot wait for that. Cannot wait to reveal the team that I'm going to be doing. Some of you that have been around the channel for a while might already know the answer to that, but here we go. We are going to get a presentation. Unlike with College Football 25, we will get a presentation with our TeamBuilder teams. Horizon City. We got Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, bro. This is actually really fire. I like this a lot. I really do. And here we come. Jaden Daniels coming out of the tunnel. Boom. We are at home, my boys. You can see it right here. I mean, it just really looks great. Horizon City, 1-1. New England, 1-1. We're in a Sunday night primetime game, and we are in our stadium, as you can see. What's also cool about this is that it seems like, and I don't know what the TeamBuilder is going to look like exactly yet, but it seems like the stadiums are going to be a little more customizable in the, you know, in the Madden 25 TeamBuilder, because this is not the Commander Stadium right here. Go ahead and kick this off. Boom. We got the new NFL kickoff going into the landing zone. Tressway kicking. Oh, bro, he's going to house that. No, he's not. No, he's not. We got that guy basically playing free safety back there, which I actually do like that concept on these kickoffs. So here we go. We got Drake May coming out. But again, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of this so that you guys can see what the presentation looks like when you actually import a team from TeamBuilder into the game. Again, it's going to look just like if it was one of the actual teams, you know, in game. We're on all Madden, so watch Drake May, you know, just absolutely torch me here. But here we go. We got Wags, baby. Wags with the visor on. Loving it. Get that man. Get him! So here we go, man. Like I said, you know, so these jerseys, these uniforms actually do look kind of hot in the game. I'm not going to lie. But I've got so many, you know, you guys probably know. I got ideas, man. Every see Jared Mayo on the sideline there. I got a lot of ideas, man. Stuff that I cannot wait to do with TeamBuilder. But yeah, man. We are just, yeah, we're cooking. I cannot wait. But I just wanted you guys, bro, jump up there and jump that route. I clicked onto my guy, and he was very slow to react there. I hope that is not a thing, because usually in previous Maddens, I was able to react a lot quicker than that, man. I mean, I clicked onto him, and I was immediately trying to jump the route and couldn't do it. Do not fight, bro. That's crazy. I wanted you guys to get a look at what this looks like. As you can see, man, custom end zones. Everything, you know, and I'm hoping that we are able to customize the stadiums a lot more than we are able to in college football, because in college football, we just have to pick another team's stadium. There you see that new hit stick mechanic where I was early on the hit stick. I didn't really actually get him. He was able to break that tackle. So, yeah, man, again, let me go into the instant replay so you guys can actually see some close-ups here. I know what to do. I know what this is all about. All right, there we go. So, we'll go ahead and get some close-ups of our own players here, and then I'll give you a close-up of the stadium as well. So, yeah, man, this is what you're, you know, when you imported your team into TeamBuilder or into Madden from TeamBuilder, you know, you are going to get a good-looking product on the field. But here it is, my boys. This is what it's going to look like when you import your team into TeamBuilder, but it's going to be your design. So, like I said, man, I hope that you guys are excited as I am about this TeamBuilder, because it's been a long time coming that we've been able to actually put our own teams into Madden. I've been having so much fun with it with College Football 25, and I hope that you guys have as well. But we will be back real soon with so much more with Madden and college football. I cannot wait. And again, man, like I always say, thank you guys so much. If you're new around here, I hope that you would, you know, consider continuing to rock with me, because, like I said, man, a lot of exciting stuff to come, and I would love to have you along for the journey. And if you learned something in the video and you liked it, and you had a good time, leave a like for me, because it helps so much. But I see that the controller's getting low on low on the charge. So we're gonna have to go ahead and charge it. I'm gonna get out of here as Drake May throws a touchdown to Hunter Henry. So I guess that is my cue, my boys. But so much love to you and everybody in this entire community. I'll catch you boys in the next one.
They scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg.
Hey, nowadays the pain follow me. Deal with trauma privately. I don't wanna be a burden. I handle things defiantly. Spent a decade searching for a higher power guiding me. Figured out that faith is not up there, that it's inside of me. Act with execution. What's a plan with zero action? Faced with bad habits, knowing it's a magnet to my imbalance.